Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and those who are neither, wherever you are in the world. I'm Ramblin' Rusty Elm, and this is Ramblin' with Rusty. Last time on Ramblin' with Rusty, we used one of the characters off my main account, to explore the zone of West Weald, part of the new Gold Road chapter expansion for ESO. And at the end of that episode, I made the statement that it would probably be late August or early September before we revisited Gold Road and West Weald on this account. And, well, ESO has made me a liar by the simple expedient of turning on a free ESO Plus trial. With that trial going on, I do have access to Gold Road on this character, on this account. So we will be going into some of that content today. We are actually going to explore the scribing quest line, which starts out in Gold Road in Skingrad. And we'll be starting to work our way through that line. I'm actually going to do the whole thing and record it. And you'll get to watch me go through it over the next few weeks as I release it in a few parts. Based on what I've heard, we can probably expect that to be 3 separate episodes, as the entire quest line should take about 6 hours. So, without further ado, let's get it going.
So many strangers at night.
Throw that in there. Make some room here. I will come back off camera and collect all those crafting surveys so I can have them go straight into the crafting bag.
Fine goods at fair prices.
So one of the reasons we're going to go ahead and do this is whole fruit. Why do I not have steam bread? Oh, that's right. ESO Plus and ESO Plus Trial doesn't give you access to the... Jesus, people. ESO Plus does not actually give you access to the newest chapter, so I actually don't have access to that. So let's see if we can find another way into the scriptorium. It's unlikely, but we'll find out. I had actually forgotten that I don't have access to that with the trial. Where is... I'm in the wrong canton. There's the Mages Guild. Ooh. Excuse me. I do seem to be having a problem with the hiccups today. Yeah, this guy isn't here. So, what do we have this? Order of the Eye. That is not something we want. That's the Fighters Guild.
Finest merchandise around.
Well, okay, fine. Let's try that way. Guide to Liturge or Vest. Liturgal. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that's something related to the
Prices have never been better.
tree. There's Ruineth. Okay, well, can't get there from here. That's, I rather figured that the scribing content is going to be completely limited to people who have bought Gold Road. Or Gold. Yeah, Gold Road. And I just don't think that they're going to open it up to people who haven't bought that chapter yet. But for now, I'll jump down here. I know there's once you've started the quest line at least, there's a portal here in Aradon.
Stop, citizen.
Although, I don't know why I'm doing this. Going this way. The easiest way. That's the Orbis. They finally added a thing for Ivea here. And I have no wasteland available in here. Which means that you can't use it until... Let's see. Till you actually discover Ivea. The way shrines, till you actually discover that way shrine. So, I'll run over here and look for the portal. I'd rather suspect... I don't see no portal here. So, there is no way for me to get to the scriptorium. So, I guess it's back to our original plan, which is to go to Wrothgar today. Yay!
I was meant for better than this.
Maybe I will record that quest line with another character on a different account. Obviously, it's something that's worth recording. People want to know how to do it. I see it, so. But for today's episode, we're back to Wrothgar. Let's see. We'll be working up in this area today. So, we'll go up here. It's ice right here. I already decided I want to go this way to get to that dell.
Kira! Well, this is fortuitous. You'll never believe what my sister Kira has gotten herself into this time. I swear she does. Thank goodness you came by. My sister Kirith and I were surveying the area, trying to get the measure of this dwarven ruin. I turned my back for a single moment and Kirith fell into that hole. Or jumped in for all I know. It happened so fast. Oh, you have no idea. Especially the way Kirith operates. We're on the verge of a major Dwemer discovery. Kirith knows better than to jump into strange holes. She knows I can't abide... well, yes. Kirith likes to say that we're dungeon delvers, but I prefer to think of myself as the world's foremost expert on dwarven artifacts. When the king invited leaders in, you'd be surprised that many so-called scholars refuse to travel to dangerous places. But that's usually where the best sites are located. And then there are the orcs.
Well, I guess we'll go rescue Kirith again. First met Kirith and her brother in Deshaun. Funnily enough, they were exploring a Dwemer ruin. And just like this time, they got themselves in over their head. Jumped at the chance, love poking around. Raynor loves to tinker. Set out for the locations we were provided with, bright and early. Didn't take long to determine that the ruins were indeed dwarven. Raynor's pretty sure this is the ancient site known as Zenganas. Zenganas. Okay. We were surveying the ruins exterior, getting the lay of the land, when I am decided to leap into the ruins and look around. Alright. I promised never to lie to my notebook. Truth is, I slipped, fell in, and landed right on my arse. It would have been hilarious if it hadn't hurt so much. But at least the snow broke my fall. So she fell in. And now we need to find her nurse here. Well, it'd be nice if whoever is in control of GCD would get that fixed. Here we are, just over a week into the release, and GCD just doesn't know what to do with my attacks half the time. Wow. That's a lot of ice wraiths. Okay. Moving on. Oh, shite. Here's Notebook, page 5. This place is amazing. I like a lot of ruins. We've poked around in. This place actually has working apparatus, ancient guardians, and everything. Better watch my step. Wouldn't want to attract the attention of a spider constructor, one of those rolling ball things. And those centurions. I wouldn't want to meet one of them in a dark and scary ruin. Oh, wait a moment. Yeah, that's where you're at. I just noticed I lost the first 2 pages of my notebook. I hate it when that happens. Rainer says I'm too hard on my equipment. I think that merchant in Orsinium just sold me an inferior bit of merchandise. Look at this binding. It's already cracked and fraying. Sturdy as a stronghold wall, my arse. Need to find a dwarven power core. Loves to collect old things like that. Okay. Now there's another piece of her journal laying around somewhere. We'll need to find that. Which means it must be over on this side or something. I don't see it, but I do see another chest. So let's see, the first piece was on the hallway as we came in. In the hallway right about here. Yep. That means that the other one I don't see it there. I don't see it up here. So it's not out here. No. Oh, maybe they didn't leave it for us to find. Nothing, huh? Nothing over here. Couple containers. Let's see. Did we come full? No. No, somehow I went to the wrong door. So I need to turn around and go back out. Find the correct door. Oh look, I found a camp. Okay. Something was roaring behind me. I probably want to figure out what that was.
Well, this is a strange place to see a familiar face, but it's a pleasant surprise as well. Did you fall down that hole too? Fell? I'll have you know, I'm an expert dungeon delver. I don't fall, I drop gracefully. But yeah, I certainly wasn't planning on getting down here using that particular method. Hey, now that you mention it, I was hoping to collect a dwarven power core. But the only one I saw was protected by a thing guardian. If you could get the core, I'd appreciate it. Raynor loves those things. Uses them to build all... Me? I don't need it. But my brother Raynor collects the things. Uses them to make all sorts of strange and interesting devices. Since we're down here, I figured we should get one for him. Oh, all sorts of things. Sometimes they don't do what he thought they would, and every so often they explode. But otherwise, he really is a genius. When he isn't being a complete and utter dunce.
Okay, well. See, page 17. My brother's going to be jealous. You missed this. You know, he hates crawling around in dark places. That's where I find all the best stuff for him to tinker with. This would be true. I know you can't have nice dwemer things if you don't go down into the dwarven ruins. Anyway, I'm taking lots of notes just like you taught me, so we can study them later. Damn it all to oblivion, this and back to Snowbook loses pages the way a Nord belches while drinking mead. Often, and at the worst possible moments. I hope I didn't lose anything important. That looks maybe a bit of a... Look at all the circles, kind of like wheels within wheels, all spinning around the central globe. Okay. And up we go. Of course, I can't get back where I came from. Let's see if we can draw this guy off without nope. Okay, where? Ah, there. That's what I saw I wanted to look at. Okay. So, yeah, we're gonna go down here, beat the boss. I really need to do something about my stamp recovery. That is such a low rate. I don't know, that seems to be good. It just takes forever to get started. I don't know why those have stopped giving loot. They used to always give loot. Okay. Oh, hey, look at that. I got something out of that one. eye out for more pages. Another champion point. What? No indication of those guys. Well, we're back at the beginning now, more or less. We made it this far. Apparently they found the entrance.
My sister tells me you found her. She immediately put you to work, didn't she? She's always been good at getting people to help her. A power core? For me? For all her rough edges, my sister does have a good heart. Thank you for acquiring this for me. With a little...
Okay, well, that's that one. Let's see, there's the actual entrance to the dell. And of course, when you look around, you can't get to it. Because the ramp leading up to it has fallen and collapsed. Well, it does look like you should be able to get to it from over here. Oh. Yeah. Just out of reach. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna have to deal with him, huh? I did not see a chest here, but I'm gonna kill him anyway. Let's see. No, nothing around there. Let's see. I've got a quest up here, I believe. Let me check. Yes, awaken the back. Awaken the pass.
This wretched mountain will be the death of me. I'm freezing out here.
Stibbins,
Oh,
huh?
splendid. This is Sorrow. Apt name, don't you think? The House of Orsimer Glories in Orsinium engage my lady's services to find... Oh, splendid. More fodder for the mountain. I suppose that means we're going to make another attempt to reach that wretched summit. Go present yourself to my lady. She should be on her way down the trail any moment now. This is Sorrow. Apt name, don't you think? The House of Orsimer Glories in Orsinium engage my lady's services to find the shrine of Tora Groigron. It supposedly waits at the snowy top. No one's attempted to climb it in years, yet here we are. Only if you consider vile beasts, freezing winds, and falling ice to be a problem. We tried to climb the mountain 3 times now, and each failure was more spectacular than the last. If you're interested, this expedition has really proved to be more troublesome.
Yeah, Lady Laurent. About as inept as they come. Really, with how bad some of the NPCs are, well, all the NPCs are, at doing their job, you wonder how they get anything done in Tamriel. Waiting on some poor hapless adventurer to come along and actually do their job.
Damn you, Karsten. How am I supposed to make a great discovery when you... Oh, hello. Are you at the House of Gory Details? The Glorious Orcs? Oh, you know what I mean. The Orc Museum. Have you brought the extra help I requested? Just you. Well, I was hoping for porters and guides and all, but I suppose that I can make do. I'll need to make a few slight adjustments to my plan, but this time we'll reach the Summit of Sorrow. The last 3 times, you mean? We set up one camp, but the harpies and the icy wind cut us down each time we climbed higher. A few orcs even wandered into a chasm because they couldn't see more than 2 paces ahead in the fog. Oh, it all upset me so. To start, head up and present yourself to Karsten while I go check on my lazy manservant Stibbins. We'll meet you up there. And remind Karsten who it is that's actually in charge of this expedition. He can be so uncooperative at times.
Yeah,
Why
well.
are you still here? Do you need directions or something? We're not just talking about any dead orc. This is Taurig's shrine. Not only was he the founder of the original city of Orsinium, but he was the owner of the armlet of Taurig. Do you know how high my reputation will soar once I recover that relic? According to a scroll fragment I studied, the armlet of Taurig is a magical bracelet encrusted with gems. With its power, Taurig was able to tame the savage wilderness. It allowed the ancient orcs to establish the first city of Orsinium. The museum in Orsinium has it on display. It only contains a few words in the ancient orc tongue, but I was able to make some sense out of it. It talked about the armlet, the shrine, and something called Sorrow's Kiss.
Now, why would I want to work for this inept lady who thinks that she's something special, but really it's the reason so many orcs have died. I mean, she thinks she knows what's up. Obviously not. Let's see. Oh, platinum. Cannot pick up platinum. These greedy bastards on North America. They pick it up for free and then they want to charge 200 or 300 gold per game. I'm sorry, that was not 1,200 gold worth of effort to pick up that seam of platinum. These harpies everywhere. There's the helm I came up here to get. Now let's see if we can find this hearth stick.
Who in the name of Malakath's third tusk are you? Don't you know this is sacred ground? Besides, it's also one of the most dangerous places in all of Wrothgar. You shouldn't be wandering around up here.
Oh, she did she? I hope you know what you're getting into. Harpies and ogres are bad enough, but the true challenge of Sorrow is the mountain itself. The wind cuts like a sword, and the freezing mist blinds you. But that's not the worst.
Avalanches!
Sorrow wields her snow and ice with terrible precision. I've seen strong orcs swept right off the side like scoring a slaughter in 7-pick knockdown. We tried 3 times and lost most of our expedition. We're all that's left. To be honest, I'm not sure. We barely made it this far before we got separated from the others. If you could look for our companions, that would be helpful. Regardless, we have to find Torug's shrine or all these sacrifices will be for nothing. The good orcs, each and every one of them. Expert climbers. But Sorrow isn't an ordinary mountain. Best way to find them? They should have placed markers to indicate avalanche areas. Just follow. Sorrow may not be the tallest mountain in Tamriel, but it's certainly one of the deadliest. That's why the ancient orcs built memorials to their champions on its slopes. The higher the location of the tomb, the greater the sacrifice and prestige. We're looking for the shrine of the great orc hero Torug Groegron. Legend says that Torug's shrine sits at the very top of the mountain as befits the founder of the original Orsinium. But it's so high up that nothing can survive there. Extremely. We've already tried to get up there 3 times. We lost the rest of the expedition and had to turn back before we barely got out of the base camp. But the danger will be worth it if we could find I work for Orsinium's newly established museum. I'm their resident expert on the time of Torug, so the museum sent me to assist Lady Laurent and her manservant. I always dreamed of visiting the shrine, so I jumped at the opportunity. Her reputation brought her to the attention of the museum, and she loves digging around in old tombs. She has a particular interest in an ancient fragment that talks about Sorrow's kiss. She believes it has something to do with Torug's shrine. At first, we got along fine. We both love history and exploring ancient sites. But the woman has been driving me crazy. She lacks the fundamental reverence for the past that separates a scholar from a grave robber. I just don't trust her judgment.
Well, you and me both, buddy.
Stibbits, don't you dare put down that firewood. It won't do us any good if it gets wet.
You make a sound point, milady.
Yeah, I guess we'll rob the tomb here while we wait for her to get up here. Oh, I guess I'm supposed to head out. Yeah. Okay, let's go see if we can find some missing orcs. Man, right off the bat, we got 2 of those. Well, that didn't work quite as well as I expected it to. I missed a bunch of survivors somewhere.
I knew this mount. No. The others. They went on ahead to seek shelter. Don't look so
Yeah. Okay, out of the first part of the mountain, into the caves.
Dead, just as I feared. Wait, what's this? Fascinating. Most of the monuments up here are inscribed with 3-stanza epitaphs. It was a common practice. This rubbing appears to be Tarug's first stanza. It's written in Old Orcish, proclaiming the memorial's inaccessibility. They found Tarug's shrine! Well, obviously they found the shrine higher up on the mountain. As to why they came here to die, I have no idea. Maybe the cold or a lack of supplies drove them down. Or they were coming back to meet us. Let me translate this rubbing. No looters, no lesser orcs. Remarkable. We should try to find the other 2 stanzas. If I can read the entire epitaph, it might point us to the location of the armlet of Torug.
Poor orcs. Stibbins, be a dear and bury them.
like I need to charge my weapon. And let's see. That is junk. Let's pull out.
Have need of a zag.
Bank. I'm only at 60 out of 200. Oh. Oh, I don't know why I did that. Let's see. That's no good to me. Icebound vertebrae. Okay. Apparently I'm going to mark that as junk. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Withdraw that and mark it as junk because it is not platinum.
What do you require of us?
And now we're on to stage 3. Gotraga Torog ne Manish Lochansim Gotraga Torog ne Rohi Wanim Lochanogin Razak. And here's our first inscription. Gotraga Torog Dek Rochin Lorak Eb Nogremin Sim Torog Dog Kazak Ebjo Ugo Simran Tom Lashkar.
Another stanza.
Torog
Incredible.
at the summit.
Torog took the armlet to the very summit. But this word.
Come now, Stibbins. Keep up.
Right behind you, milady, as
Torog
always.
gathered up his armor.
This
Pressure
cold
into
is
his dying
unbearable.
body.
Stibbins,
Climbed
the
to summit
firewood.
and placed
A
himself
fire.
in the cairn of
Splendid
his
idea,
own
milady.
making.
I'll just... Oh my.
If this is Tarik's shrine, where's his body?
Milady, you need to see this.
Build the fire here. I need more light. Maybe there's a hidden...
Lady Clarissa Roth, I insist you listen to me.
What are you going on about, Stibbins? Can't you see I'm trying to... Oh. I suggest a strategic retreat.
I wholeheartedly agree, milady.
Let's stand back here and let Karsten and our friend work in peace, Stibbins.
Ugo Simran, Tom Torog Bashkar, Aglaklek, Ugalek, Roshu, Ornam Tarask Torah, Gazgar, Bashkar.
I think they found the third stanza, milady.
Quiet, Stibbins. There might still be ogres about. Quickly, Karsten. What does it say?
Let me take a look. Torog wasn't pleased that they built his shrine below the summit. He wanted to rest at the top.
Does it say anything about the armlet of Tarik?
He carried it to the summit. It says he laid Sorrow's kiss upon it. Yes, Zugka. I'm certain it's kiss.
Sorrow's kiss? The same phrase from the fragment. Doesn't that sound so romantic, Stibbins?
Very sentimental, milady. But are you sure that doesn't say Zugra?
Now, Stibbins, really, leave the translating to the experts. In the meantime, I must speak to our friend.
Chief Torog will not allow the leaders to find his remains. Chief Torog will allow no lesser orc to find the atonement above him. Chief Torog gathered up his armored bracer and his dying body. He climbed to the summit and placed himself in the cairn of his own making. Then he laid Sorrow's kiss upon his enchanted armor, forever waiting for a worthy orc to claim his most cherished possession. Ugo Simran Torog Bashkar.
Isn't this wonderful news? To protect his own tomb from looters and to ensure his legend among his people, Torrig climbed to the summit, and he took his relics with him. Ugh, haven't we been over this? I swear, sometimes I think you hear one word I say out of every 3. You're almost as bad as my manservant Stibbins. Of course. It's written in stone. The ancients never lied when they were chiseling words into stone, you know.
And I would
The
walk
new
down
museum
this
will be the
mountain.
wonder of Tamriel with such a relic as the armlet of Torrig in its collection.
I would tell her to go get that armlet herself, because no amount of money she'd pay me is worth those kind of insults.
Hyperbole to keep... I don't agree with Karsten about many of his orcish ideas, but on this point we're in perfect alignment. The proper translation is Sorrow's Kiss. Now go and get the armlet.
I just don't believe that any amount of money or anything else is worth the kind of insults that she's throwing around at people. Oh, look at that. Frozen orcs. Frozen orcs. Frozen orcs. I don't see any orc remains here. So let's take the amulet. Now why would I have put that thing on?
Look, our friends have returned to their senses. Oh, I told you they weren't dead, Stibbins.
And look, that must be the armlet of Torog. I refuse to let you go through with your plan, Lady Laurent.
Really, Karsten, not that again. We clearly have more to discuss. Stibbins, see to our friends.
Huh.
You missed all the drama while you were unconscious. Lady Laurent and our helpful orc had a dreadfully intense... It's the thin air up here, but whatever you did made the weather calm down, so we followed you up. That's when Karsten and Lady Laurent started arguing. Karsten thinks the shrine would be a better location to just... Oh, most indubitably. The museum hired her to acquire relics, and she hates to disappoint.
I'm glad you recovered the armlet of Torog. But before you decide what to do with the relic, so it would seem, this shrine stands as a tribute to our past glories. It reveals an age when orcs thought nothing of sacrificing dozens of warriors to build memorials to our strength. It sets the kind of example that the armlet of Torog should remain in his shrine. Make sure every orc climbs Sorrow to see it, to understand what our ancestors were capable of achieving. In this way, the relic will become a symbol to bind our people together. Surely you can see that. I knew you'd see it my way. Soon every orc will be able to make the pilgrimage to Torog's sacred shrine and gaze upon this important relic. You have
Sided with Karsten? After all we've been through?
It's been decided.
You're an
Torog's relic
insulting,
stays in
insufferable
Torog's shrine.
such and
Poor
such.
orcs have to climb up here to see a piece
I
of their
can't even
heritage.
say the words
That's
on
positively
YouTube.
criminal.
Wait, what's Stibbins doing with the relic?
A little faster, Stibbins. I'm anxious to see what the relic actually does.
But, my lady, what if I'm not
Stibbins
worthy?
isn't doing anything.
Nonsense. We're not afraid of legends and superstitions, are we?
No, my lady. Of course not. Well, here goes nothing.
Oh, Stibbins. What did you do this time?
Just exactly what
Maybe
you
your
told him to,
manservant
you
was right.
stupid such
Maybe
and
it
such.
does say Sorrow's Curse.
Stibbins always finds a way to turn the simplest task into an ordeal. And what am I supposed to tell the House of Original Galleries, or whatever it is? Someone at the Mages Guild will help me solve. Give me a moment, and I'll open a portal back to our base camp.
A portal? So why did we have to make that harrowing climb?
Yeah.
Careful! Don't crack my manservant. Honestly, you orcs approach everything like you're going to war.
Perhaps you'd like to carry him, Your Majesty.
Yeah, I'm with him.
I hope Carston can get Stibbins back to the Mages Guild without dropping him too many times. I'm not sure what they can do if poor Stibbins gets cracked.
I'm a little worried about getting Stibbins back to the Mages Guild. Orcs don't have a word for fragile or handle with care.
Poor Stibbins. But he'll survive. He'll be back. Unfortunately, Lady Laurent will get him into more trouble and then blame him for it. This, of course, is why we don't have nobles in America. Let's see, where am I headed? I need to head that way. I'm going the wrong way, that's where I'm headed. Oh. Oh, lots of fishing out here. And of course, we got our dungeon up here. Officially go discover that. Ah, Coldwind's Den. Yeah, that's not exactly where I was headed. as part of a later quest. Nice Reach dungeon. Well, not going to stay here, but we'll get it officially discovered. Achievement unlocked. Harrowstorm Explorer. Wickerman mishap added to emotes. Let's see, achievements. Enter either Ice Reach or Unhallowed Grave for the first time. Let's see, Destruction Staff Apprentice. Oh, these are all of the achievements that they released with the new zone.
Who goes there?
Yeah, I'm not staying, so I'm going to head back. I don't have 3 friends to run that with. And even if I did, I'm not sure this character could do it. Johanna Dock discovered. Let's see, that's a world boss fight. Columbine's always worth getting. Barren Stronghold. Part of another quest line. We're going to go ahead and leave that behind. Do it when we come back on the actual quest. In the meantime, what do we got left up here? Let's see. somewhere right about there. We got some recipes to get. Probably go ahead and head back to Mercenium for a minute. I'll go do the Chateau line. So, I don't think this is where I thought it was. Oh, this is, whatchamacallit, the delve I did tonight. Well, that was interesting. The guy who was fighting him just disappeared. I need to go up this way. Oh, that's more, can't let that go uncollected.
Where is he? Did you happen to see? I hired an assistant to retrieve some ingredients from the wilderness, but he's late. Very late. I won't let his absence ruin my chances to restore the good name. The king's hearthwife is home. I'll need some raspberries and a skin of ice stream water. There should be some nearby, but watch for the wildlife. Of course.
Yeah, I actually don't have any questions about it. I'm not sure why anybody would want more information about berries and water. Seems pretty straightforward. Oh, lovely. This person's on the same quest as me. First I went the wrong way.
Did I overcook the meat? Just should have taken it off the fire. Wonderful! Now, to brew them for the competition, I call it my cup of wrath. I still have a glass from an earlier batch. You're welcome to try it. Here you are. So, what do you think? And please, be honest. If it's not ready for competition, there's still time to perfect it. I could ease back on the raspberries in the next batch. Oh, Echater milk will cut through the burning sensation. If that doesn't work, place some charcoal under your tongue for 10 minutes, but you'll lose some of the flavor. Wonderful! It should stand out in the competition. Still no sign of my assistant. Want to make a drink won't win the cultural competition. I need to present a full course of traditional orc cuisine. Care to scour the land for ingredients? The next dish calls for harpy bile, some harpy brains, and sedge grass to tie it all together.
Okay,
Wait! I'm here! Oh, hold on!
Hamelin Serpy, you're late.
But... chased by a giant. Thinks you wanted to mate.
Well, now your job won't interfere with your personal life. You're fired.
But... I understand. Hail.
Okay. Whatever. Let's see where we're headed. To the other end. I guess this is the point where we head back to Orsinium and pick up the next quest. Go to the museum. If there is another quest. I think the rest of it's just picking shit up as we find it.
Don't wander too far, dog. I'll need you.
The Relic Hunter returns. Tell me, was your search for Uzdabik's helm successful? So it really does exist. Sometimes you never know when you're dealing with myth and legend. Could I trouble you to take it downstairs and place it in its display? In the meantime...
Okay, well... Let's see, it goes over here.
It's so nice to have a little help around here. Thanks for finding that historic treasure and setting it on its display. But this is only the beginning. The wilds of Wrothgar are brimming with all sorts of it. Indubitably, you've got a talent for relic hunting, and I'd be remiss if I didn't take advantage of that. Here's a list of the relics I believe await us in the wilds of Wrothgar. Find them, bring them here, and the museum will reward you handsomely. Remember to check the list. We have very specific needs here at the House of Orsimer Glory. Distinctive portions of history that we want to put on display.
That's nice. Alrighty, had a look at my build. Spent some skill points. Okay. First charter, dwarf light. Let's see, that's the western mountain. Those left falls. Okay, so just random shit laying around.
Kruger, here!
In the meantime, we got stuff to collect. Yeah, there's the harpy bile and the harpy brains. Yeah, it's just as easy to go this way. Actually, it's probably easier. Rather than running that way around the mountain.
Some of my dark elf friends are still upset that St. Velof's shrine was attacked, and by one of their own almost.
I have many fine goods.
Too salty. One handful of salt next time. More than enough to serve brain pockets at the competition. I do believe I perfected the recipe with my earlier batch. Would you care for a taste? Here you go. Pull it apart with your hands and scoop out the... yes, like that. So, how is it? You're not supposed to eat the sedge grass. It draws out the harpy bile from the brain mash. Give it a few moments. I had a similar experience. I'm glad to hear it. I have a drink and an appetite. The main course requires more planning. For now, I need a dessert. The ingredients are closer this time. It'll be a walk through an ogre You'll want to look for echater moss, preferably untouched by any echater. It's the subtle glue which will hold the ogre heart and intestines together. There's no...
Okay. So echater
Did
glass.
Wrothgar say brain pocket? Is that what she's cooking?
Don't worry, it isn't elf brains. They're far sweeter. I heard.
I did not need to know that the orcs used to eat elf brains. Go back in here.
Interesting taste, but nobody will. Perfect! Ventricle pie requires the. Here you go. Have a slice. Large bites as the chiefs of old. It must be a reaction to the ogre intestines. They say it's a real. Thanks to your efforts, I need the glacial tomato feature.
Ventricle pie doesn't sound bad. It should sound bad, like something Dindon would eat.
I was raised in Windhelm. You know what? Go try some. I'm sticking to rations.
Let's see. Okay.
Yeah.
Might as well work on do this.
I should have been at my husband. Well, look upon my perhaps a new.
Rotten luck, Chief. Rotten luck. Don't see many new faces at Chateau Range. Our only neighbors are surly giants. Speaking of which, Chief Ogzor had a nasty encounter with a giant's club a short while ago. Best keep your voice low. We don't know how much time he has dying. No amount of healing magic can fix smashed brains. Soon as he goes, Chatul is in for dark times. The clan will... We know which giant smashed the chief. I want to return the favor. That'll show the clan I'm a good contender, which would help keep the clan together. I have a few words to say to Chief Ogzor's mother. I'll meet you where Urkael the Cleaver's tracks begin. Don't know why... All right, let's find Urkael the Cleaver.
I suppose I should do this. Okay.
Yazara? Yazara! Yeah, she's out. Listen, we both know you're the one who avenged the chief. Happy I could land a few good smacks. I'll tell Yazara when she's back. You deserve the That's up to the clan. I'm only doing it because Shatul needs a chief. Can't say I enjoy staking a claim while my friend is dying in that tent. I'm not so sure I want to be chief. Small clan. Our stronghold let Shatul camp there in the summers, in return for choicest pick of a chater. Chief Ogzor wanted to strengthen the bond by marrying away his daughter. Ashruka was to be my hunt wife, but that didn't happen. Ashruka refused to be traded like the choicest pick of a chater. She chose exile rather than marry me. A month later, raiders from the Reach wiped out my whole clan. Chief Ogzor took me in. Don't really know. Shatul tries not to talk about its exiles. Chief Ogzor forbade anyone from speaking of her. I think he blamed himself for pushing her away. After her mother died, Ashruka and her father were... No, I've always respected how Ashruka held her ground, and I wasn't too keen on the match. I'd known her since she was a child, so going from Uncle Lorig to husband, we call that a Valenwood marriage. But don't let a wood orc hear you say it. Chief Ogzor's mother, Shatul's wise woman, though she hates it when we call her that. It falls to her to select the candidates for chief, and she's... Yazara, look! I cut this off her Kale the Cleaver. My friend here struck the killing blow.
Impressive, Lorig. Why don't you show the others?
Sound advice, as always.
Come closer. We should speak. You avenged my son. I will not forget what you did for Shatul today. Nor will the clan. If Shatul is to survive, there must be a new chief. Lorig is one contender. The other is Ulgesh. Ulgesh returned from Orsinium shortly after my son's injury. He declared himself a contender, but I'm not sure why. The boy never had brains or ambition. Shatul needs a chief who looks out for the clan before himself. We have no walls to hide behind, only our wits and our skill herding a chater. If Ulgesh has neither, I sent him after Scamper, our laziest at chater. Ulgesh can explain it.
Well...
Who are you? I don't need your help. Wait. With your help, this will go faster. Yazara asked for a snow truffle. This lazy beast can sniff it out. But it's a two-person job. I can't keep Scamper and hunt for a snow truffle. No clue. A potion. Scamper will sniff them. Scamper is fast asleep. Give him a good kick. Use your nose, Scamper. Nothing in this patch. I think you found one. Scamper earned some sleep. Let's get back to Shatool. I think you found one.
Okay.
Did you find Olgesh? Good. Give it here. Olgesh passed my test. Scamper has always required 2 people to wrangle. For Olgesh to send you back with the snow truffle tells me he learned to master his temper. He'd have tried to kill you, but you slew Urkael the Cleaver. I expect Olgesh would now be dead. Lorig and Olgesh are the only clear contenders for Chief. They must enter the Bloody Knoll and duel beneath the stern gaze of Malakath. The one who emerges shall be the new Chief of Shatool. Only an orc can become Chief of Shatool, or of any orc clan. I can't say it any simpler than that. I have not forgotten what you did. Olgesh should be at his tent. And thank you for the snow truffle. It was my son's favorite food. His hearthwife. She has dozens of recipes. He loved them all. He won't be... The poison I shall feed the husk that remains of his body. No, it is me, murdering my own son. Shatool must survive. Before a new chief is chosen, the old chief must die. By the time Lorig and Olgesh reach the Bloody Knoll, I doubt that.
Over here. We need to talk. You looked different from inside Olgesh's helmet. What? What did you know? Yes, you're right. How did you... I see. You seem to know much about me, Snow Truffle. But not every... A merchant friend keeps me informed of Shatool. When she brought word of my father's injuries, I had to return and contend for Chief. Shatool must survive. Lorig is a fine warrior, better than my father. But that's the problem. He never challenged my father. He's like an Achater bull that refuses to mate, no matter how much ginger pulp. I haven't thought about that in years. He was always Uncle Lorig to me. Taught me how to play chop. Always called me Little One, even when I was... Lorig's heart was never in the match. But refusing would have led to a feud. Father was insufferable. A chief's daughter must bear the clan's burdens. But children are a burden I don't ever... As an exile, I'm not allowed to enter Shatool. But Olgesh is no exile. I traded him a new set of armor for his old, then returned to my clan. My own grandmother couldn't tell the difference.
The real old Gesh has a squeak in his voice. One day he paid Morgul's forge wife to make him sound like an ogre. He always wore the helmet everywhere he went. It still smells like sweaty breeches and onions. I cleaned it 3 times. Now I head to the Bloody Knoll. There I will kill Lorig and become chief of Shatul. For this to work, my grandmother must know my intentions. Inform her, and I swear upon my mother's memory, I will repay the favor gladly. Tell her the truth. I don't...
My son, Chief Ogzor is dead. Lorig waits at the Bloody Knoll. Is Olgesh on his way? What? Ushruka was exiled from Shatul. I would never allow her to contend for chief. That foolish girl. We're a traditional clan. Shatul will never accept an exiled woman as chief. Had she become Lorig's hunt wife as my son wanted, Shatul would have stayed for the wedding. We would have been there when the Reach attacked Lorig's clan. Her selfishness led to their destruction. A chief who lost his entire clan to raiders from the Reach, he refused to challenge my son, to give him an honorable death under Malakath's gaze, because of friendship. No matter his prowess in battle, take this ritual blade. It is flawed at its core, just like Lorig and Ushruka. Replace the blade of the weakest contender. Fair? I just watched my son die. None of this is fair. The flawed blade is a test. A weak contender who survives despite the set. When the blade fails, the weakest contender will most assuredly die. If she go, there is little time.
Oh, what to do, what to do. Which one to kill? The girl defies tradition. Lorig already lost an entire clan. He's the weaker one.
Ashruka? You have to go. If Olgesh sees you, he'll kill you.
Ulgesh is in Orsinium. He sold me his armor before I came to Shatul.
No. What have you done?
Shatul must survive. Don't hold back, Lorig.
Malakath favor the victor.
Goodbye, Uncle Lloyd.
Yeah, just to see if I can get back there. When I did this on an orc character, I was able to go in and kill her and become chief myself. But I guess it's going to force the issue. As I'm not an orc, I'm not allowed to become chief.
You've returned. Who is the new chief of Chateau? I see. I convinced our clan that Ashruka's victory would test our faith in Malakath's favor. They'll accept her. For now. If she allows it, You alone emerged from the bloody knoll. Did you pray to Malakath for your victory?
I needed no prayers. Only my strength.
Then go forth,
This is not
chief,
justice.
and receive your clan.
So now we have a new chief. Everyone is ready to forget Chief Ogzor, to ignore Urkael the Cleaver robbed me of my husband's mind. But Glagosh is to blame. She secretly worships Boethia, the Daedric prince of... I am no longer Try the Giants' camp where Chief Ogzor fell. Or Lugbag. Ask what he heard the night before the attack. I don't know. Poison.
Okay, well. There's one. I need to talk to her real quick.
I know the cheers won't last. I'll need to guard against challengers from all sides, to be twice the chief my father was. But for now, this feels good. Of course you do. I don't know if I can attend the moot myself. I should...
You're the one who helped Scamper find the snow truffle. Everyone calls him lazy, but they just don't know how to motivate him. It's nothing. Well, Stubbs went missing that night. When I caught her out in the snow, I heard someone singing.
Okay. Okay, now we go confront Glagosh.
I should have been at my husband's side. He'd still be alive, and I'd still be his hunt wife.
Oh? About what?
That's my hunting blade. Chief Ogzor must have grabbed it on his way to the giant camp.
Careful how you handle it. The blade, his sword jangles. Lots of little buckles on the scabbard. But mine is quieter than a thief. I bet he didn't want to wake.
You rummaged through my... It's what they preach in Arsinium, isn't it? We're a clan that travels the range. It gets boring at night. No, that. I wasn't singing. I was chanting.
Well, I don't.
What? Yeah.
Well, I think she was probably caught.
So, what did you find? What did she have to say for herself? I knew it. Her hands are red with my husband's blood. You see, a cultist chanced to her Daedric prince, just like the stories. I bet she was cavorting in the moonlight. Perhaps she was chanting to ensorcel Urkale, the Cleaver. We've all seen her do that before. Of course she would say that. Followers of Boethia live only to deceive. It was Boethia worship. No matter what she says, this is enough evidence for me to demand the blood price from Glogosh.
Do I not have Persuade? That's Mage's Guild Persuasive Will. Oh, I thought I had that. It looks like I need to go find a couple of, I'll come back to this another time. I need to go find a couple of sky shards to be done with it. But it looks like we're out of time for tonight, or today. So, next time I'll get those sky shards. We will tell her that she needs to support her co-spouse, her sister spouse, whatever they want to call it in this. In the meantime, I'm Ramblin' Rusty Elm. Have a good night, and don't forget to stop and smell the roses.